Hello everyone, today I am going to start the 14th lesson of your health book. It's about the let us get ready for the adolescence. You know why did I select these lessons? Because this age is very important age of your life. 10 to 19th age means the adolescence. Especially if I go to girls, most of the girls have entered their puberty while others are get ready for that. So anyhow, we are going to talk about the physical changes, mental changes, especially the peer pressure that you are undergoing with this age. And also there are some things that we have to aware to protect our life. Not only that, Putala, now you all are the creation of your mother and father. So to survive the future generation, our reproductive health is doing a big job. So we are going to talk about the functions of our reproductive health, and especially male and female reproductive health, and there are the factors that we have to consider, especially to keep the reproductive health. Not only that, there are sexually transmitted diseases also we are going to learn about from these lessons. So let's go to the lesson to learn a lot of things about this reproductive system.
Okay, children, so let us get ready for the adolescence. Once again, dive into the topic. So here now this is your age is very wonderful age, especially the adolescence 10 to 19 years. So I'm going to summarize the lesson. So here during this age you all are undergoing with lot of physical and physically, mentally, especially social changes within your life. So you may meet lot of friends, peer pressure and everything you are undergoing with this age. So here, and also, can you remember learning about how to cope with diseases, accidents, disasters, abuse, exploitations and the ambitions in grade 6? Can you remember these kind of things we studied in grade 6? So from this lesson we are going to learn about the structure and the function. Functions means the duty of the female and male reproductive systems and the changes that take place during the puberty and how to face challenges during the adolescence. Okay, this is the reproductive health. Okay, so you are united creations of your mother and father, as I said you already. So they brought you to this world. So here in the future you also will become a father or a mother. Okay, so to existence of this life, especially for the generation, so reproductive system is doing a big job. Okay, so here so the reproductive health is defined as physical, mental and social well-being. So here in matters related to reproduction at all stages of life. Now let's get ready to study the functions and the structure of the reproductive system, Putala. Now the first one, if we take the female reproductive system. Now you can see here the ovaries, here in two sides you can see both sides, and you can see the fallopian tube, uterus and the cervix, vagina. These are the things. Okay, so the embryo formed by the fusion of the father's sperm and the mother's ovum egg. Okay, so here now these ovaries, the two ovaries are there. So the release in egg. Okay, so from mother's womb. Okay, so here then this is developing as embryo, so it's developed into the fetus inside the uterus as the womb. So thereafter, until the birth take place, before now here now like normally the baby at least they are at least the baby should grow in the mother's womb until 9 months, no, at least more than 10 months there should be for a developed baby. So but here then you have to stay there for 9 months. It is nourished and protected in the uterus. So as the uterus, it's a muscular organ, it's made by the muscles. Okay, so when the embryo grows, the uterus grow also expands. Now little baby, heart, the organs, internal organs, eyes, head, brain, everything is developing in mother's womb. Okay, so now like sperm ejected by the penis inside the vagina. Now when intercoursing, the penis is ejecting sperms. Now this is the vaginal phase. This is like a tube. So sperms are ejected by the penis inside the vagina during sexual intercourse. Now you can see from the arrow what I am showing you. Okay, these are traveling through the vagina into the uterus. Okay, yeah, it's going finding the egg. Okay, so thereafter the sperm fuses with the ovum in the ovulate. So the child is not conceived in this process. Some parts of the inner lining of the uterus collapses and passes out through the vagina together with blood. If it's not together with the ovum, matured egg. Okay, so here Putala, so the skin is coming as a menses, like we are calling it as a menses, monthly periods, like it's coming with blood. This process that happens every 28 days is known as the menstruation. Understood? No, it's happening. Menstruation is happening every after 28 days. So when the sperm is not combined with the egg, so the inner skin layer is coming with blood. So we are calling it as menstruation. Okay, so there are some different functions of each organ of the female reproductive system: ovary, production of female reproductive cells, over eggs we are calling. Fallopian tube, transportation of ovum produced the ovary to the uterus. Now here you can see, look at this. Now the fallopian tube is there, so that is transpiration of the ovum producing the ovary to the uterus. Now here these ovaries are released in egg now, like so here now when they are released in egg, here the fallopian tube, here these are there too, like here you can see there are. So then they are taken here, the egg is staying here, like lying here. Okay, so that is the thing, that is the duty. Then if you take the uterus, nourishing and protecting the embryo until birth. Now look at this. This is the place. You also, even every child, every human being, all us, before they come to the world, they all stayed here. They all have stayed here before they come to this world. Okay, we are calling it as the womb. Okay, and the other one is vagina provides a passage for the sperm to pass from the penis to the cervix, facilitation of menstruation and childbirth. When it is a normal birth, the baby is coming with the vagina, coming through the vagina. Okay, so and also when the sexual intercourse, the penis is ejecting penis through this cavity like the tube, that is giving maintain the passage to ejecting. Okay, now you know everything about the female reproductive system. Now male. Okay, the male reproductive system consists of few organs externally visible, not like the females one. So here externally visible parts are there, but some are not visible. The male sperms required to produce an embryo are produced inside the testes. In order to maintain the low temperature for the formation of the sperms, the scrotal sac is formed outside the body. Normally Putala, now you can see this is the scrotal sac, like a sac, and under that you can see like a seed is the testis. Because you know why it is there, it's outside of the body, because our body is normally hot when we have fever also, likewise it's happening, but here it's normally our body is hot, kind of temperature is there. But then the sperms are producing here, now sperms are producing here, and for in that case, those for the high heat, that section like sperms can damage, then you like its good condition will fade away. In that case, the nature has made this it outside of the body to keep it cool. Okay, so a liquid seeded by the seminal vessel mixed with the sperm, this penis ejects semen into the vagina during sexual intercourse. This is the place. Look at this. Now there's bladder, prostate gland, penis here, urethra, testis, scrotal sac here, and the seminal vesicles and the vas deferens. So you can see these kind of parts are there. And the different functions of each organ of the female male reproductive system, testes, produces sperms. Okay, as I said already, this is producing sperms, the scrotal sac holding the testes. Outside the body, keeping the temperature low. Yeah, penis ejects semen into the female reproductive system from this, using to eject sperms into the female like reproductive system, vagina. Okay, prostate glands nourishes the sperms and produces the solutions of the necessary for the sperms to swim. Sperms, like they are swimming and they are finding the egg and they are trying to go through the egg, the break in the walls of the egg, and they are trying to go. The most powerful sperm is going like going into the egg. Okay, so here this prostate gland, I will show you now here, this one. Okay, it's nourishes the sperms and produces the solution like a fluid necessary for the sperms to swim. Okay, so appearance of the secondary sexual features, normally those are appearing, especially girls after puberty, but like 10 to 11 years, the physical growth, especially girls, faster than the boys now. So during this age, girls appear to be bigger than the boys. So that is the beginning of the puberty in girls. So in the case of the boys, the rate of the growth between the ages of 16 to 18 is greater than that of girls of the same age. Like the reproductive system that remain dormant during the child in the both males and females, so it becomes active during adolescence. Yeah, those reproductive system in this age it's getting active. So the main physical changes that take place during this period is the beginning of the menstrual cycle in the girls and the production of sperms in the testes in the body. All are now in this stage with the adolescence, all are activating, but even you didn't notice it's happening. These hormones are estrogen and the progesterone. Two hormones are releasing from female's body. What are those? Highlight this: estrogen and the progesterone in case of girls, and the testosterone from the boys. So these hormones are responsible not only for the physical changes but also for certain psychological and social changes, not only physically. When these secondary sexual characteristics are appearing, even though we unconsciously like physical changes, mental changes, social changes, attracting for the opposite parties. So those things are happening during this age with the physical changes, because hormones are releasing in our body. There are physical features if we take female: increase in weight and height, growth of breast, especially nice skin complexion, like glowing skin complexion is appearing, hips getting broader, growing of thigh, growth of pubic and axillary hair, occurrence of pimples. It's commonly a common thing, like it's happening. Productions of vaginal fluid, it's starting from this age. Beginning of menstrual cycle, these are the physical features of female. And the male: increases in weight and height, same as girl. Prostate glands, testes and penis getting larger. Increases in shoulder, breast, growing of thigh and the biceps. Develop in the chest, pubic and the axillary hair, same as girls. Occurrence of pimples, same as girls. Enlargement of rings, yeah, it's happening. Change of voice, yeah, it's noticeable. Growth of mustache and ejaculation. So those things are happening like same as girls. Psychological features, if we take now, girls, especially girls and boys, they are very logically, scientifically experimenting, like doing experiment about new things and doing inventions, and especially they are very we can see the tendency towards like thinking about their figure, looks, clothes, hairstyle. Before, when you are in grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 primary grades, I think you don't even for me also, we did not just that much, we did not pay our attention for these kind of figure and our looks. But during the adolescent, we all are like giving main priority for the figure, looks, clothes, hairstyle and everything, showing bravery. So these things are the most physical features, especially psychological features during this age. And also the social features, if we take desire to associate with the opposite sex, like there's a little bit attraction towards the opposite sex, association of peers, interest in group activities, and also revolt against injustice and wrongdoing, and also doing community service, and desire to attain adulthood, and also desire to identify as a competent person in the society, interested in leadership. These things are the very common physical features among girls and boys during this age. Okay, so here, how do we get ready for the adolescence? Even though there are sexual characteristics you learned natural, so we have to face them. Okay, so here there are physical readiness we must have to have. So develop awareness about the following facts: the structure and the functions of the reproductive system, menstrual cycle, ejaculations of sperm, secondary sexual characteristics. This is very important. Most of the nowadays there's a tendency towards about the pregnancies are happening like during the among the school children. So if we have good knowledge, understanding about the life, about the not to give main priority for the feelings, we have to use the brain, not the heart everywhere. So here we have to aware about the duty and function of the reproductive system, then only we can make a better future. Okay, so you have to be aware about these kind of secondary sexual characteristics to make your future in a beautiful way. So here have a nutritious food. This is very important, especially girls, because every month you all are having, after puberty you all are having the menstrual cycle. It's activating, so it's releasing blood. So for that you have to get ready with the nutritious food, otherwise sometimes there will be hemoglobin problems and all within the body. So to overcome those challenges we have to get a nutritious food. Not only the lady girls, boys also the same. Okay, and they undergoes speedy growth physically and psychologically. Nutritional deficiencies at this stage returns towards the growth while making the child less active. So during this period, additional amount of iron, especially calcium, protein are necessary. Malnutrition in girls this stage can lead to low birth weight in their babies in the later in life. Yeah. Girls should eat lot of nutritious food, especially. Okay, so then only, especially girls are becoming in future, they are becoming mothers, so they have to give a birth for a new baby. Okay, so to keep the mother's health and the baby's health, have to get nutritious food during this age. Okay, engage in exercise and sports. This is very important part. Both physical and mental well-being can be achieved by engaging in exercises or outdoor activities for at least 1 hour a day. When you are engaging in a sport, your body is releasing easily releasing blood to your brain, then you can have a nice lifestyle with that. Okay, IQ option is in IQ knowledge is improving with that. So here, and also your body hormones are releasing everywhere nicely, and there won't be any problem. Active children, and also you can have active lifestyle with that. This will help you to cope better with the changes that take place during the adolescence, and also maintain good health. Refrain from wrongful sexual conduct and avoid unwanted pregnancies. Then for that you have to get good understanding about these kind of sexual, especially secondary sexual changes and all, and reproductive system you have to aware about that. Refraining from wrongful sexual conduct both during adolescence and childhood will lead you to health life, especially nowadays there are STD, that means sexually transmitted diseases are there. Okay, so nowadays while we compare our old days actually those were really nice, but nowadays they are we can see improving, developing sexually transmitted diseases everywhere. So for that, so these come from prevent from these kind of sexually transmitted diseases like HIV, gonorrhea, like the various kind of diseases. We'll talk them later. So you have to aware about these kind of especially reproductive health. Okay, so by engaging in good hobbies like reading books, doing sports, listening to songs and drawing, you can balance your lifestyle. Yeah. Maintaining a personal hygiene, this is very important. Keeping your reproductive organs clean, especially you have to keep everything clean. You have to clean your underpants and all, everything, not only pants, girls and boys, they have to clean everything, especially vagina, penis, everything have to clean. Okay, then you can clean, if you maintain the cleanliness that in that place, you can avoid the diseases of the reproductive system. So it is the responsibility of the girls to properly dispose the sanitary towels, napkins during the menstrual period. Actually, girls should change at least 3 sanitary towels per day. Have to clean that area, not only those days. Have to always maintain the hygiene in that area. Mental readiness. This is very important. Try out good and new things. Identify and develop one's skill. Engage in creative activities like singing, writing poetry and articles, drawing arts, and composing poems, novels, and all also you can do. Personally development through sports. Don't allow yourself to get misled by commercial advertisements. This is very important. There are various commercial advertisements are telecasting. Just ignore them. Refrain from smoking, using narcotic drugs and obscene books, films and literature. Be strong enough to keep away from what is not good for you and resist attempts to others to perceive you to such things. You should also develop your friends to do the same. Just ignore them and do whatever you like, the good things. Social readiness. Now here you have to be well aware, disciplined, good person if you wish to be recognized as a pleasant young man or a woman. So here the above mentioned matters about the mental and physical readiness are important for that purpose. So in that addition, the following factors are important for the social readiness. I am too speed because anyway, because this is a big lesson, I want to cover this lesson. So Putala, now in this stage you all have to improve your speed. Okay, because some students are, when they are coming to my online classes, it's really difficult, very slow. And the other one is I am not teaching in the bilingual system, because if you are doing in English medium, you should do only in English medium, not with the Sinhala medium. There should be no any bilingual system in my method, because otherwise if you use to those bilingual explanation and all, you don't know how to write the answers, because you try to always keep the facts in your mind in the Sinhala or Tamil or any other language, not in English. So I never use the bilingual system. So here please don't request me to explain in Sinhala or any other language except English. I am explaining only English. For grade 6 students only I am explaining 50-50 Sinhala and English. Okay. So for grade 7 means now you can manage. For the except any difficult word, I never explained in Sinhala. And so here Putala, now in addition to that, there are some factors that we have to aware about the social readiness now. Share both sorrow and enjoy, discuss and find out the views of others on different things in the society, like engage in sports, aesthetic activities and good hobbies we have to engage. And there are various kind of societies in your school, scout, guide troops and the cadet platoon. So be a member of the different clubs and the societies in your school. Shoulder responsibilities on your own. You have to get responsibilities on your own. And there are myths about the reproductive system, especially menstruation. Especially the first menstruation is known as attend the menarche, So girls do not attend menarche at the same age. Some are in little like preschool also it's happening. So here different factors such as the nutritional level, genetic factors especially, environmental factors also have bearing on this. We can't say actually the time for this one. Menstruation can be irregular in this first 2 or 3 years, but usually it take place every 28 days in a cycle. Normally it's happening. So here now this is a very important point. It's a myth that bathing during the menstrual period will make a blood travel upwards and make the individual ill. No, it's not happening. How to bath, if you can bath all days also, no problem. How to clean. Hygiene is compulsory during this period. And also this, although the menstruation period considered as unclean, we in our Sri Lankan people are considering it as kili. It is one's own blood that passes out of body. So here, like the difference with the blood that seeps from the wound, if you have a wound in your body, so it will not make any like bad odor is not coming, no. But Putala, during the menstruation, that it has the mucus and some tissues of the uterus from your womb, those are passing, no, coming with the uterus lining, passing with through vagina, no. So in that case, kind of some little odor is coming. There is a myth that girls should not consume fish and meat. We are calling pili food. No, it's wrong, because during this stage we have to get lot of nutritious food. Otherwise, there will be hemoglobin problem, iron problem, like can happen within this stage. And also have to take protein food, high protein food, and also there are minor ashes and pains in the stomach, in the back. So it's a discomfort to you to have a keep away from sports activities. So, but you can follow your daily routine. So, special ejaculation of semen. So this production of semen in the testes started during puberty. For the boys also same. This passing out semen during the one sleep at night, especially boys. It's known as a nocturnal ejaculation. Nocturnal means it's happening in night, which is a natural occurrence. It's a myth that passing out of semen makes the body weak. It's not happening. It's natural phenomena. So here we have to aware about the factors that influence the reproductive health. If we take, there are different kind of factors, Putala. Like we had, the boys also have to maintain healthy habit, peer pressure, harmful sexual acts, and hormones. And there are healthy habits that is include proper nourishment for boys, also personal hygiene, how to engage in sports and exercises, getting rest and exercise. Those things are happening. How to do. Peer pressure also very important, because in this stage, Putala, some are using narcotic drugs, smoking, and kind of some can give perceive you to do unnecessary sexual acts with wrongful sexual acts. Nowadays is a common incident. So have when you're selecting a friend, you have to not to associate such friends. Especially nowadays, there are deaths are reporting from while the boys are bathing in rivers. That one also very important, not to do such, not to engage in such activities. Always have to go with your mothers and fathers advices. And if we take the harmful sexual activities, Putala, nowadays, as I said you already, so when you now, especially if the girl, now even though we are entering into puberty, so our body is not totally prepared to make a baby. It's not ready to make a baby. So there's in Sri Lankan government has imposed some law to become a mother. You have to wait until 18 years old. Otherwise, you can't get married also, because your body is preparing. It's getting ready to make a baby from 18 years old, at least 19. Okay, so here then only your womb and every organs is totally prepared and made, and they are welcoming the baby. Then only, and the other one is to make a baby, Putala. So your mother and father also, just pay your attention, just look at your mother and father. Then economy, they should be economically stable. Making a baby means it's a big procedure, so they have to physically and mentally readiness to welcome a baby to the world. Okay, and also if not, if someone is doing wrong acts, there are sexually transmitted diseases. They are transmitted through sexual activity. AIDS, syphilis, genital herpes, gonorrhea, and the genital warts. The various kinds of diseases are there. When person infected with those kind of diseases, no one can totally eliminate, to totally finish it. Only controlling with the medicine. Every day it's social social rejection, your social status vanishing. So everything can happen with these kind of sexual transmitted disease. Okay, so here hormones, if we take, if we hormones are the chemical produced by various glands in the body necessary for its functions. As we said, discussed already, girls are releasing estrogens and progesterone while the boys are releasing testosterone. So here those are very important to maintain the reproductive system. So from this lesson we know about the adolescent, the hormone, and how do we prevent from sexual transmitted diseases. There are a lot of bad peer pressure, bad friends. So if you find a good friend, you can have a nice future. If you associate with bad friends, your future will deteriorate. So from this lesson, we are going to understand everything about the sexually, like especially socially, spiritually, physical changes during the adolescence. Okay, I think you all got good understand about this lesson. Okay, so we'll meet from the next lesson. See you soon.